It is my 1 year Authortube anniversary. Whoop whoop! And I have two little helpers here today for the 1 year Authortube anniversary Q&A. So stick around for some answers to questions. Hello, my name is Jennifer Aline. I am a freelance writer and the mother of twin girls. And for my 1 year on Authortube, we are going to do a Q&A. I had some questions come my way in the last week, and you guys did a good job with the questions. There were a lot of similar questions, so I might have bundled some into groups. 10 questions all together, but there will be groups kind of separating the topics. Topics are Authortube, there's only one question in that one, writing and publishing, motherhood, and other. Let's start with the first group, which is Authortube. I'm going to keep all of the questions anonymous, and I appreciate those who did throw questions my way on Instagram or Twitter when I did reach out. First question under the Authortube section, I'm reading off of my laptop. Having been Authortubering for a year, what would be your biggest piece of advice you would give to someone watching your videos who wants to get started out? So since I really have only been in the Authortube community for 1 year, I don't know how much advice I can really give you, but I think I have a few little suggestions that might help. First one that I'll put out when it comes to advice is consistency. You really should have a consistent posting schedule, whether it is every other week you post a video, or every week you post a video, or twice a week you post a video. Staying consistent so those who follow you and look forward to your videos stick with you is kind of important. And it may say that I'm kind of proud that within this last year, I have only missed a Friday when I was involved with the virtual retreats. If I had a video or live that was involved with that virtual retreat that following weekend, I didn't post on a Friday because I was going to post for the virtual retreat. So over this last year, I have stayed loyal to myself by posting every week something, which I am honestly super impressed that I did that. Something else I would put out there, number 2 for suggestions in this section, would be not to worry about the numbers, not to worry about how many, followers you have or how many subscribers you have. Is that it? Don't worry about the numbers. Oh.
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's all gone. No more stickers there.
See?
Not worrying about.
Take them away right now. Thank you. We're gonna take
stickers all in one spot. Toddler art. About the numbers, I feel like, is something that just happens when you're involved with social media. You want your followers to go up, especially on YouTube. You do want to get that 1,000 followers because then you get, income from it. But this year was kind of just the year where I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes. And at this point, yes, it would be great to get to that 1,000. However, all the other positives that came out of being involved in this community
stickers on this.
the positives that come out of it really made it still worth it, even if I'm not to that 1,000 yet. But worrying about the numbers is something that I think a lot of people do, and you really shouldn't. Don't worry about those numbers. Okay. The third little piece of advice I would probably put out there is to stay involved with the community, to reach out to other people. If you want to do a live stream with somebody, stay connected with them, reach out, interact in the comment section, interact on the Facebook group, interact in their Instagrams, just stay active in the community. And it did break, but that's okay. There you go. Active in the community, because it's great having a group of virtual friends who are all writers, because we all know that it's not easy to find writers all the time. The group of questions is the writing and publishing section. Question I got was, what's your favorite time to write? A lot of people probably know this answer, and it's nighttime. Nighttime time. I've tried being a morning writer, and before my girls were born, I could do that. But nighttime and evening is really when I'm able to get my story worked on, my outline worked on. I'm a night owl. Second question under the writing and publishing section is, how do you balance writing with your life? I had no idea when I answered the question. I copy and pasted the questions onto Word, and I put no idea, because really, I don't know. I'm with my girls 98% of the time. Their dad works a 9-to-5 job, and I work remote from home. So I'm with them, you know, most of the week, except for a few nights when he does pick them up for evening time and they stay over for one night on the weekend. But I'm with them. So I really...
I think it's for you, okay? Well, no, I want just...
Balancing is really, it's chaos. Motherhood is chaos. So really what I do is I take care of them. I work as much as I can on work stuff, whether at their nap time or when they're with their dad. And then I write a lot at night or in the evenings. Balance is that I just make sure to involve writing in my life. If I took it out, I would be curled in a corner rocking. So writing is my therapy. I have to do it. And I make sure I squeeze in time for it. So those nights I am more free, or at nighttime, you know, when I've gotten work done, I make sure to at least get some words written.
You go out, typewriters.
I do have a lot of typewriters. Third question under this section is, what's the best piece of publishing advice that you want to give to a newbie? This is a good one because there's so much publishing advice that I could give, even though I'm not officially published yet. But I've learned so much. I've learned so much over these years that I definitely feel comfortable giving it. Obviously, I have an Authortube. Piece of advice would be to know whether you want to be a traditional or a self-published author, because knowing which route you want to take will give you at least some guidance into where you need to go. Advice when it comes to publishing is be patient. Whether you go self-publishing or the traditional route, you need to be patient. Piece of advice would be, if you want to self-publish, be ready to spend money. And if you want to traditionally publish, be ready to wait. There's a lot of money that's spent with self-publishing, and there's a lot of waiting with traditional publishing. Either way, if you do it the correct way, you'll have a book that's out there, and if you market it, you're going to kick butt. But with self-publishing, be ready to spend a little bit, and with traditional, you're going to wait a lot. Third section is motherhood. The chaos of motherhood, because it's crazy. That was asked is, have you ever mixed up your twins? And if you have watched this video for the past 10 minutes that's been going on, you may be able to tell how different these two humans are. Honestly, the only time I ever confused my girls was within like 2 hours, 3 hours of them being born. I was all hopped up on meds from the C-section, and I just kept messing them both up. I kept looking at that. They had different colored hats on, and even though this one has always had bigger cheeks, and more hair at the time, and this one over here was always wiggly and a little string bean, not much has changed, I still couldn't tell them apart just because I was so out of it from my meds. But once I came back to my senses, it was very obvious who was who. Alora was a little bit thicker, and Lucy was a little bit taller, and honestly, that's kind of how it is still. So really, that's the only time I think I've ever really mixed them up. They're very fraternal. And under the motherhood part is, do you have a funniest twin story?
My finger
Girls. There's so many funny stories. I mean, if I go to when they're babies, this one like pooped on the floor once, and the other day she said, wow, that was a big toot in front of my friends when she farted. That was funny. Is talking, and she says hilarious things all the time. She called her sweetheart a little bit ago in this video. I think Dory is recently, they think it's hilarious to cough and then laugh at each other. And in the day of COVID, it's not really funny. So we'll be grocery shopping and they'll have their masks on and they'll start coughing and like fake choking, and then they will laugh.
and then finger roll.
Choking and then laughing so hard. And while I think it's funny, it's not funny because people are gonna freak out, especially with everything going on. So that's been something I gotta teach them. In the motherhood section is, what is your mom life and writing routine? And it's kind of similar to the question above-ish, in that I have the girls most of the time. Monday nights and Wednesday nights, their father picks them up. So on those nights, and Friday nights as well, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So on those nights, I have a little bit more time where I can focus on my writing, focus more on my work. So sometimes I will go to a coffee shop. I also teach Ariel one of those nights. So I kind of can go to a coffee shop and go teach Ariel, or I can just hang out here and get things done and then go teach Ariel. So I have a little bit more time to myself. And that's usually when I am able to like breathe a little, recoup, focus, and miss them. I like to miss them because I haven't really had that chance. And if you're a mom, you kind of know what that's like if you're with them 24/7. I focus on my writing, I focus on my work. If I have a lot of work I need to do, that's obviously priority. So if I get that done during the time that the girls are not with me in the evening, that night, I can really focus on writing. Routine is during the day, it is fully them. And those few nights a week, I get some time to focus on work and writing. And that's kind of, I guess like the question before, that's how I balance. No. Toddlers are weird. We're gonna talk about is I put it other, just for other questions. Did you get into Ariel? And I know if you've seen my welcome video, you see me do a crazy drop on silks, and I've posted in random videos pictures of Ariel and my Instagram, some stuff. I am an aerial arts instructor and performer, mostly on silks. I've done a little hoop, otherwise known as lyra, and I love it. When I was dancing at an event, and I do contemporary and ballet dance also. And I was dancing, and on the other side of the room, there were these people just falling from the sky on the silks, and I was just amazed, and I couldn't stop focusing on them, and I wanted to do it. So I thought because I was a dancer, oh, I can do that. So I went to a workshop and realized it's a lot harder than I thought, but I kept with it, and it's worth it. It was worth keeping with it after the first class when I left like crying because I couldn't climb the silks at all. But now, I mean, it's 5 years later, and that's the next question is how long have I been doing it? I've been doing Ariel for 5 years. I did it.
Lucy.
You are Lucy, yes. I did have to take a 10-month hiatus when my girls were born, but after they were born, it was about 8 weeks after when I started training again, and I probably should have waited because that was really hard. Really quick little video of a fun drop I did recently. It's really messy. I will post it right now. Has to do with these. Where did you find all your typewriters? That is the question. And I do have, I think it's 10 or 11 typewriters. Bless you, my dog sneezed. I do have 10 or 11 typewriters. Girls, do you have a typewriter?
Yeah. Have my typewriter in the room.
You do. They even have a typewriter in their room. That's the one typewriter they can touch, right? That's your...
Your typewriter, that one.
I do. I do have another. I do have another. Do I have a lot of typewriters?
Yeah.
Yes. Antique stores. I love antique stores and rummage barns. I found some online. I found one. I think my first one was an Etsy find. Also, I have friends who just, if they see one, they pick it up. Actually, this one, maybe not this one, the worst one downstairs. My aunt and uncle, or my cousin, forget who, just saw it and they had to get it, and it's huge. It's bigger than this one. Then I have some attention.
No.
And this is Theodore. He's a mini schnauzer and he's very anxious. My very hectic 1-year Authortube anniversary video. 2 children. You can tell this one's a little more social and needy, while the other one is very independent and doing her own thing. So the dog's on the bed wiggling this around. Welcome to chaos. All right, for sticking with this video to the end. If you like this kind of crazy stuff and you like these humans being in it, please let me know because I don't have the patience for it usually. So please hit the thumbs up button. I post every Friday usually. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up button. I post usually every Friday. So thank you very much. My dog is scratching himself. Theodore.
Can't stop.
Theodore.
Good boy.
Stay sane and drink that. What's this?
A coffee.
Drink that coffee.
Drink that coffee.
Oh.